let's make a topwater walking bait, and I'm going to make it out of balsa. I already drew out the shape that I want on this block of wood, and we'll cut it out with the old coping saw. Balsa is really easy to cut, so this should go pretty quick. We've got the shape cut out. Now I'm going to kind of even it out because this piece of wood isn't exactly square. I want to make it as even as possible before we do any more cutting. Grab the pencil, make a line down each side. And now I've got center. And I can do the same with the top to make my chamfer lines. Alright, so we've got some lines on here. I'm going to cut out a center line to make the wire harness because I want this to be a through wire because it's balsa. Let's cut some chamfer lines. Now I want to make this a little skinnier at the back than it is at the front. So I'm going to just shave down the sides. Pick a spot. Kind of match it up. Some good eyeballing going on right there. Now I made it hard on myself to put some lead in the back of this thing. That's what we need to make a walking bait work. But I'll do my best. We'll see. Time to sand. This is around like 150 grit. So we're going to use stainless on this one. I'm going to take about a bait length and a half. Maybe a little more. 2 baits worth of wire. And let's start with the nose of the bait. Bend that in a curl. And I like to have my noses downward. So bend that nose a little bit down. Measure it out. Walking baits work best when you have the middle hook hanger directly in the center of the bait or maybe a little bit forward. So pick that spot, bend the wire up. And we'll sit it in place and see how it's looking. All right, we got the wire bent up, and now we can add the lead hole. I want to put it toward the rear of the bait so that way it has a good counter action and holds the head upright. So with balsa, it kind of mushes when you try to drill it, unless you put super glue over it first. Or you can use a Dremel and high-speed bit and make a hole that way. And that's what I'm going to do. That cut out an area so that way I can put some lead right in there. All right, we've got 2 pieces of split shot in that area, and now we're ready for the baking soda. Spread that around. And we'll make sure we fill in all the cracks real well. And this is ultra thin super glue. It's almost like water. And that's hard as a rock now. The unfortunate thing with balsa is that it does bubble up with the wood grain. So I'll have to do a lot of sanding to clean that up. Alright, so this is 400 grit. It's pretty soft, smooth. And try to get this balsa as smooth as I can. And prep this thing for sealing. So that's taking shape nicely. We've got our lead in, wire harness in, and we're ready to seal. I'll use a polyurethane on this and let it hang and sit until it dries. Then we'll do our base coat of UV. It is UV resin time. So I get them in these big liter jugs, kilogram, whatever you want to call it. This brand has been pretty good for me. A lot of the brands aren't as very effective on sealing as hard. This one's good, so I recommend. And it comes with these little cups, so I'll pour a little bit into the cup. Grab the bait, and I'll use a soft bristle paintbrush to paint it onto the bait, and then drop it into a UV chamber. Like that. It's just a terracotta pot with 4 stage lights in it. And that's how I cure my clear coat. Swinging in the UV. Let's pull this thing out of the UV chamber and see how it looks. All right, ready for paint. How many days later is it? I don't really know, but we are fully coated and ready for paint. The first thing I'm going to do is lay down some white on it to get a good base, and then I'm thinking I'm going to do a shad or herring pattern on this. Maybe do like a chartreuse lateral line, and then a blue or green color over the back. Should be a good bait fish pattern. and I think it's turning out well so far. A little bit different angle for you. Gonna add a little bit of water to the brush, shake up my white. And I like to mix up my white with the water and stir it with a regular paintbrush. Got some good coverage there. Next up, Airbrush Colors, Opaque Yellow. Vallejo, the shifters, green, blue, violet. It looks blue, or I'm sorry, white in the bottle. And the actual package at Hobby Lobby comes in a box like this. And you don't even know that this is airbrush paint inside. I've walked past this box probably 100 times and didn't know that it was paint. So if you're in Hobby Lobby and you see this stuff, grab it because all of these are fantastic. I like every single one of the colors that comes in the space dust. Special technique. Turn the bait away from me. And paint forward. What that does is it angles the paint so it only hits the scale mesh going in one direction. I'm going to turn around, hit it with a darker color going the other direction, and it creates a really cool scale effect. Alright, we just got flat black in the brush. I turn the bait around, it's facing the other direction now. And I want you to wish me luck. I'm going to shoot it from fairly far away. Let's see how that turned out. Scale reveal time. That purple came down way more than I thought it would. But that's okay. I can live with that. I think I'm going to go with a darker color over the top. Maybe a really dark blue. I like that. Final color, green, gold, cold blue. This is mostly just a blue sparkle. Again, looks white, but it'll come out really nicely when I put the clear coat on the bait. So I use a hole punch and this holographic sticker and punch out holes with that, and they make perfect eyes. Peel it off. Stick it on. Just like that. And the final step, we have to dot the eye. Take the back end of paintbrush, dot, dot. I like it. I deserve a fresh cup for my clear coat. What do you think? Yeah, we're due. Should I be wearing gloves? Probably. Am I going to? No. Just one bait, so I don't need that much. Just gotta get a good coating on it with the brush. It's thick because it's cold. I'm gonna hang it down there. We'll hang it in the UV and let it go. Let's see if it floats. All right. So there is the finished bait. We're looking at about a 2.5-inch walker. I like the way the finish came out. I like the paint job. I'm looking forward to testing it out. So there we are, finished up bait. Really excited that I made this one into a video. Tried to do pretty good quality on everything. The scale pattern came out great. Clear coat came out great. And overall, pretty happy with this one. What should I make next? Leave me a comment down below, and we'll see if we carve up whatever you choose. Thanks for watching.